So these are my heifers. They're all around 19 months old now. There is one steer in this group, but this is the heifers that I reared last winter. They're all doing exceptionally well. Well pleased with them. They're all growing well. We haven't had any sickness or problems or anything as such so far, and fingers crossed it stays that way. We're hoping to fatten these on the grass rather than wintering them again this year. That saves on a lot of food and straw and silage, so we'll save money by selling them at the end of the summer, beginning of the winter. They may come in for a little while, but not for long. As you can see, it's not going to be too much longer before they're fat and ready to go. At the moment they're getting only about £2 each per day. Thankfully we've had plenty of rain the last couple of weeks, because it got to the point where we were actually feeding hay and silage out here in the fields, because we had no grass at all after an exceptionally hot end of spring start to summer. So we had no grass whatsoever. This is the steer, Blue Boy. He's just down here because he was a little bit smaller, but he's doing absolutely amazing. My other group that I reared last year are over the other side of the farm. I'll be going over to those shortly to feed them. We're actually going to be moving those soon because their grass has gone now. So I've just upped their cake a little bit just until we can get them moved this week, and we'll bring them back we'll have to run them up the road to this side of the farm. Normally, this is the first lot of heifers I've actually reared. Normally I always did just bull calves, but last year we thought we'd try and rear some heifers, and like I said, they've done us exceptionally well. And I do believe this is because, I'm very strict when they are calves, how much milk they have, how long they're on milk. Obviously their vaccinations, which help, because most of these never got sick as calves, so it never held them back. We never got loss of condition or loss of size because of the pneumonia. In fact, this year I've had 100% survival rate of the calves, which I'll show in a couple of days, and we haven't lost any calves at all out of the 45 that I reared. And I do believe that's down to the system that I've got in place at the moment: proper feeding, proper housing, proper vaccinations, checking their temperatures regularly so we can catch any infection very, very quickly. And this group obviously had the same vaccinations, the same treatment, and as you can see, they all look, it's a bit dark today because it's going to rain, but they're all looking absolutely amazing. It's a bit lighter this side. There's 27 in this little herd here, and I've got 15 over the other side of the farm. In this gang last winter I didn't lose any to pneumonia. Again, no loss of condition. We've got a couple that have got a few with little horns, which we might have to cut off at some point, but at the moment they're not a problem. They would have got missed dehorning if they were not very well at the time, or there was some reason why they didn't get done at the time. We never like to dehorn any that aren't very well, even if they're just a little bit unwell, because obviously with calves any stress can be serious. It can cause them to go down with things like pneumonia, and even though that we completely numb the horn buds before we dehorn them so they don't actually feel it, it can be a bit of a stressful time for them. Hello, sweetheart. And in this group we've got some blues, Simmentals, limos, and we quite like to have a little mix of breeds. I like to see how they grow differently. This is one of the tame ones, excuse my language, but she's called Shitty Ass for obvious reasons, but she is as soft as hell. That's a good thing about my bullocks, because I hand rear them all myself. They are all extremely calm, quiet, easy to deal with. Nothing's ever stressful for them because we don't make it stressful. When we bring them in for testing or they need worming, there's no hollering and shouting, no screaming. This one's just using me as a scratching post. So they never get stressed. They've never got any worries. They're never frightened of going in the crush because we make sure that it's not a stressful experience for them. And we will put them in the crush when they're calves as well, just to show them, it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing, frightening. So when they're this size, they'll go through the crush and they'll stand there. No stress at all. I like to keep them as calm and stress-free as possible because I believe that happy animals are healthier animals. I can literally drive in a field and they will follow me through the 5 fields, back to the farm, into the yard, shut the gates, all on my own, no problem at all. And that's how I like them, which is why I talk to them, I interact with them. They all know me, they know who I am, they know that nothing horrible is ever going to happen to them. And I do believe it keeps them, like I said, happier and healthier. So this is the oldest gang at the moment, and as you can see, they're all looking really well. Now all we need is a little bit of sunshine because I think they're getting a little bit fed up of the rain. But as you can see, we've got plenty of grass now, so hopefully when they come in beginning of November, they'll be fat and ready to go.